Good getting internet. Hi. Been a while, hasn't it? There's a reason why I didn't do VEDA this month. It's because this month is busy. Very, very busy. And filled with a lot of critical events for me. And, well, it's time for me to talk about one of them. I have given notice at my place of work. My last day will be June 3rd. For reference, this is a decision that I made, and I made alone. I'm pretty sure Epic would be happy to have me until I'm ready to retire, but I can't deal with it. And some of you that are watching this probably already know some of these things, because I've been asking a very large number of people, because I don't trust my brain. I don't trust it in the slightest, especially when it comes to major decisions like this, so I tend to ask friends for advice, ideas, and so on. I'm getting off topic. Yeah, so about this time last year, well, actually, I need to go back further. A few years ago, I was miserable. Still am, technically. But I had figured out that I was miserable from a variety of sources, and one of the goals that I had for myself was basically, okay, what can I do about these things? I mean, for an example, I know in the past that I was miserable dealing with cleaning up this entire house, so one of the things I did is that I actually have a cleaning service come by. It's expensive, but I can afford it, and it reduces my stresses a significant amount. And for me, that was worth it. Yeah, so I had done this entire thing and figured out that I was not happy, and one of the reasons why I was not happy was my job. As many of you are aware, I work at a software company called Epic. It's a large software company here in the Madison, Wisconsin region, technically in Verona, but whatever. And they make medical software. And this video is not about me, you know, slagging off Epic or anything like that. I'm not the type of person to do that. This video is more about me and the way I handle stress and the way I handle all sorts of things, which is a really bad thing. I am terrible at handling stress. Anyway, I had figured out that I was miserable. And I created a video and showed it to a few of my friends, specifically because I didn't want it spread across everywhere, especially not to my employer, of basically, hey, look, these are my options. And it basically boiled down to changing my role at Epic but staying with the company, leaving the company but staying in the region, leaving the region but staying in the country, leaving the country and moving somewhere else entirely, and basically doing a fresh start. And I've effectively landed on the last one of those. In about a year, I expect to move to Norway. This is not a move to be considered lightly. Holy crap, this will be the most significant decision of my life. It's a toss-up between that and college. But definitely the most significant decision in the past 15 years. This is a fork roads in my life, and I've made the decision at this point. The only thing is timing, dealing with the pandemic. I am fully vaccinated at this point. I have one more week left on my waiting period, but by the time I do anything, yeah, I'm going to be fully vaccinated. But Norway is not doing as great on the vaccination front, and they are not letting people into the country. And it doesn't look like they're going to be making a change on that anytime soon. So my actual timelines are variable dependent on pandemic. But the point I'm trying to get to is that my mental health has been severely degraded, shall we say. I used to use an application that was meant for tracking and monitoring mental health things, trying to figure out if it was related to foods or what it was actually related to. It's effectively a journaling system combined with some mental health tools. And they had a rating for how to rate your day, 1 to 5. I barely ever rated anything higher than a 2. Occasionally I'd have 3s, and I think in the entire time that I was using that application, I had 2 4s of, hey, look, I'm actually having a good day. Then my mom got cancer, and I stopped recording anything higher than a 1. Her death carried over quite a bit to my mental health. It was abysmal. I wasn't able to enjoy the time that I had with my partner, and that was terrible. Not fair to them, not fair to me, not fair to anyone around me. And then pandemic hit, and now all of my stresses had to do with the pandemic, on top of work, on top of house, on top of the fact that I lived under the administration of Donald Trump, the fact that I'm in the US and thus don't have a safety net. Lots and lots and lots and lots of stresses. That's the reason why I'm making such a drastic change in my life, is because I couldn't deal with any of them. And that's basically what it boils down to. My mental health was so severe that it was permanently damaging my body. My blood pressure, at around the point where I had started figuring out that, yeah, I'm miserable, my blood pressure had started skyrocketing. It was noted for about a year before my appendectomy, so that's 3.5 to 4 years ago now, that my blood pressure had started rising, because prior to then I was always exactly perfectly normal, blood pressure-wise. There was nothing special, there was nothing to be concerned about. And then it just started slowly rising. And it was basically rising with the extreme amounts of stress that I've been under. When it came to my appendectomy, my blood pressure was so high that not only were they really concerned that my heart would explode, they refused to do any type of surgery on me because I was deep, deep within the critical range. It was 300 over something that I can't remember now for reference. So we're not exactly talking about a normal level of blood pressure. This is well beyond get your posterior to the emergency room levels. So they had put me on a crap ton of emergency medications to get it down enough to do surgery. And that was one of the reasons why my appendicitis went from, hey, look, you caught it really early, congratulations, to, yeah, you were probably about 10 minutes away from it exploding. I am getting really off track. If you can't tell, my ADHD has been crazy lately. I can't focus on much of anything anymore. And I'm hoping that this will change things. Anyway, I've been dealing with get your posterior to the emergency room levels of blood pressure now for a while. It reached a critical threshold where it would have been October of last year. Under relatively heavy medication. By relatively heavy, I mean they couldn't actually give me more without it being an emergency. My blood pressure was still registering 200 over 120 on a daily basis. And it boiled down to the point of my medical professionals basically telling me, you need to relieve some of your stress now. And that's when I had made the decision and agreed with them on their decision that they made at the same time, to take a month off of work for medical reasons. My blood pressure dropped like a rock. 1 week into the time that I was in medical leave, my blood pressure had dropped 70 points. At the start of week 3 in there, my blood pressure was actually below normal for the first time in a very long time. I actually registered it, was it like 99 over 75? Or is it 109? There was a 9 involved, I remember that. I just can't remember if it was a 2-digit or 3-digit number, but basically the lowest blood pressure reading that I've had outside of when they accidentally crashed my blood pressure in the emergency room for the appendicitis. Yeah. That was all work stress. That was the only stressor that I was eliminating. And it went back up in the last week because I was anticipating work again. It was clear to me and my medical team that work was the tipping point for me. I mean, it's not that, hey, look, me working at Epic caused my blood pressure to skyrocket. That's not the case. It's a series of things all in a row and all happening at the same time, a whole bunch of stressors. And what I needed to do was relieve one of them. But I can't relocate countries in a matter of, like, a week. That's not a thing that I can do. I can't get my cats to actually behave in a matter of a week. Although I've had a lot of progress on that, by the way. There'll probably be a video update somewhat soon. Most of my stressors I had no control over. But work I do. And work's gotten a lot busier, which is to be expected. My style of work is very cyclical, where we will have a cycle of extremely busy work and then a cycle of, part of the cycle will be extremely busy, part of the cycle will be relatively lull. That hasn't happened for a while. It's just gotten busy constantly for me. There's not been enough downtime. And living in the United States, my vacation is terrible. Yeah, I have the maximum number of vacation days that my employer will ever allow me to have. It never goes up again, even though I've been there for 13 years. I have the same number of vacation days that I had on year 5. And that, for reference, was 15 days. And effectively 19 days with a different bonus that I got at year 5. But that's as high as it ever goes. So I couldn't take additional days off to try to relieve things because, one, don't have enough vacation time if I actually want to see my partner at all, or if I want to visit my friends in Indiana or anything like that. I need to take chunks of time off. It is crazy cat hour time. Apologies for the extra noise from Zunkini. But anyway, I couldn't use the typical ways of relieving pressure for an employer because I didn't have enough days off. On top of it, I was using my vacation days as sick days. With my blood pressure so high and my stress level so high and having near perpetual anxiety attacks and occasional panic attacks, I was eating up large chunks of my sick leave. And by large chunks, I mean I had been in sick leave debt since my appendicitis. My employer only gave 6 sick days per year. You accumulate half of a sick day every month. And my doctor's appointments alone use up more time than I am given. So I have an appointment every 2 to 4 weeks for mental health. And prior to the pandemic, I would have to take a half day in order to be able to go there. My appointment was on the clear other side of Madison. It was basically eating up about 3 hours of time. Hour to get there, hour for the appointment, hour to come back. So yeah, that was a half day, which means that every month I was using more than a half day just for existing doctor's appointments, never mind the fact that I need days off for being sick. Mental health caused by mental health issues, you know, I need more time than that. So this position was not a good fit for me. And it's taken me a long time to figure that out. I mean, I've been at Epic for almost 13 years now. And I decided it was time to leave. I don't have a job lined up, for reference. Personally, I'm the type of person that likes to live, and I don't live to work, I work to live. And if I had enough money, I would just retire at this point and never work another day in my life, unless if I wanted to. I definitely do not have that level of money. I'm theoretically capable of retiring if I move to an extremely low cost of living area, but I'm planning on moving to Norway. That's not a low cost of living area, that's a very high cost of living area. And even higher, given that I'm probably going to be moving to a city and not to the countryside. I'm going to be working for a while longer. So my current plans are that I'm going to be taking a month off of any type of work. Why is Zone in crazy cat hour mode? This is normally Zone sleepy time mode. His tail's puffed and everything. I'm sorry you can't see. I kind of have the camera pointed in the exact wrong direction for that. And my camera, I mean phone. I am getting way off topic. Point is, I am leaving my position at Epic. I don't have a job lined up, and I'm not planning on having one initially. I need to take a minimum of a month off so I can try to calm things down. I had initially tried job hunting while I was working at Epic, and that caused me to spike back up to 200 over 120 blood pressure, so I had to stop that immediately. And even without that, most days I'm staring at a wall. Those of you that actually have me on things like Steam Friends List and so on, you'll notice that I've been spending a large amount of time playing Factorio. Factorio is a calming game for me because I like being able to sort of turn off my brain, but not entirely, and just let it view flows of various materials. That's part of the way I calm down. But I'm effectively staring at a wall. I'm not really doing much in said game. I'm mostly just kind of staring off into space like this. Constantly staring. Until I notice that it's nearly midnight. That's what I've been doing pretty much every day. For a year. Little under. It's not great. And I need to do something to stop that. Leaving my job? Yeah, it's scary. It's really scary. I have a family history of my father leaving jobs without having anything in the wings. It's been disastrous. Cat, what in the world are you doing? Son, calm down. It's okay. It's okay, kitty cat. It also doesn't help that my stress levels have been causing my cats to have problems. Literally, my stress has been so high, my cats started having medical issues. I've been trying to do my best to calm things down, and as of this morning, my blood pressure was 138 over... Crap, I don't remember the diastolic number now. 138 over, was it 90? 91? Something like that? I don't remember anymore. And I only took that, let's see, I've been recording for 17 minutes, so about 30 minutes ago. Yeah. Point is, there's going to be a lot of changes in my life. I'm still going to be in the Madison area for most likely the next year. My plans... There's a lot of steps for my plans to be able to move to Norway because I am not a Norwegian citizen. My partner is, but I am not. So there's a lot of paperwork to figure out and fill out and so on. Plus, pandemic. Stupid pandemic. People just wear your damn masks outside. It's not that hard. And stop going to restaurants and bars and having parties indoors. What the hell? Even my own friends are doing these things and they drive me up the wall. No, you are not vaccinated. Do not do anything like that. And if you are going to do something like that while vaccinated, make sure it's a small gathering of people who are all fully vaccinated plus their extra weeks beyond their vaccine or vaccines. Sorry, I'm getting off topic again. That type of thing really pisses me off because I have been stuck indoors for over a year now. I haven't left the house since March 15th outside of doctor's appointments, vet appointments, and dropping my partner off at the airport. That's it. In fact, up until Zone's recent vet appointments, I hadn't left the house in over 6 months. Further than the end of my driveway. At all. Because people in my neighborhood don't wear masks, and according to medical stuff, if I were to catch COVID, I would have an 11% chance of dying. I'm that level of critically bad. That's why I'm very happy to be vaccinated. Oh, this has been a ramble. So bad ramble. So yeah, I'm staying in the Madison area. My plan is to try to pick up temporary contract work or things along that nature, or work that allows me to relocate to another country. That last part doesn't happen very often, but, you know, I have a chance. Yeah, that's my plan. I'm not planning on even job hunting until mid to late June at the earliest, and probably not even until July. So you could probably expect VEDA to happen in June. Veg? Veg? I don't like the term veg. Sounds like I'm saying veggies. Or British veg. I've been watching a lot of British comedy lately. Yeah, I think that's about it. Been talking for almost 20 minutes. If you have questions, ask them away. I'm not a stranger. Otherwise, I'll talk to you next time, Internet. Bye.